the absorption of our nutrients out of our gut and into the blood. But what I'm particularly looking at it now is the protection role. So let's say someone's got low hydrochloric acid and the bacteria escaped and got through the stomach. Well, God in his wisdom and mercy has put another line of defence, and that's our gut flora. But if the person's been on antibiotics, in fact one writer said taking an antibiotic is like dropping an atomic bomb in the gut. What did the atomic bomb kill? Good and bad alike. And it starts to kill off the good gut flora. The statin drugs, the cholesterol-lowering medication, that can kill off gut flora. Long-term painkillers can kill off gut flora. A high sugar diet feeds the yeast and knocks off the Lactobacillus acidophilus, the good bacteria. So can you see that there are many things that people are taking today that will knock back their line of defence? And when we go on our journey through the gut, we'll look at that in more detail. And that's why in many countries you'll find they have a form of cultured food as their traditional food. In Europe you've got the sourdough bread, the cultured bread. You've also got sauerkraut. And in other countries there might be yogurts. And in Asia there's miso. These are all cultured foods. And in the culturing process, Lactobacillus acidophilus is created. So eating those foods helps to maintain good gut flora. But let's say the gut flora is not good, the hydrochloric acid is not good, and so now the bacteria gets into the blood where it should not be. We've got another line of defence, and this line of defence is probably what most people know as their immune system, which is the white blood cells. So let me introduce you to your white blood cells. We have 5 different types of white blood cells. We've got neutrophils, and neutrophils, they basically they're the highest amount. So about 60% of our white blood cells are neutrophils. And neutrophils is the main line of defence if something needs to be dealt with. So if someone gets a cut and it's got dirt in it and they don't clean it properly, and the next day it's all red and raised and you see the pus there, you know what the pus is? It's just dead neutrophils. And they're able to move out of the blood and into the tissues as needed. Another one is lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are a white blood cell that's produced in your lymph nodes. So the lymph nodes are part of the lymphatic system. So let me introduce you also to how the lymphocytes are made. Here's the colon. And you didn't think I was going to talk to you about the colon. So about here in the large colon is something called Peyer's patches. And Peyer's patches produce lymphocytes, and Peyer's patches are also use the gut flora to help in the production of the lymphocyte. That's why your gut flora plays a role in your lymphatic system. These Peyer patches are where the lymphatic system throws waste straight into the colon. We've got lymph nodes in our neck, in our armpits, in our groin, but you've also got the Peyer's patches in the colon, and they have found lymphocytes often in those Peyer patches. But there's another area that might surprise you too, and that is your tonsils. Your tonsils are the largest lymphatic organ in the body, and the tonsils throw waste straight out. So So all through the body we've got our lymphatic system, and our lymphatic system sweeps away waste from the tissues and then dumps the waste into the nodes in the neck, in the groin, in the armpit, and in the lymph nodes are lymphocytes, and they can deal with any pathogens that come in there. And then they dump the waste from that into the blood. And then there is another white blood cell that particularly is very good at cleaning up the waste, which is monocytes. So lymphocytes make up approximately 20% of the white bloods. Monocytes make up approximately 50% of the white blood cells. The neutrophils kill bacteria in a fascinating way. They surround it and they encapsulate it, and then they kill it with hydrogen peroxide. Did you know that? That that's how your white bloods kill. And they basically die themselves in the process. Then the monocytes come along and clean up the waste, dump it into your bloodstream. Then it's coming out by your colon, via your urine. So there's some of the ways the waste gets out of the body. But I find the tonsils particularly interesting because your tonsils are the watchmen at the gate. And if they are swollen, what are they saying? Excuse me, something's wrong. What could be wrong? What could be wrong is maybe the person's breathing in mouldy air. Maybe they're breathing in chemicals. But something that's causing the watchman at the gate to start yelling at you.